Yeah. Permission to speak. Yeah. Permission to speak. Yeah. Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Really. Yeah. Permission to speak. Permission to what? Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Freely permission to speak. Permission to speak. Freely. Permission to speak, freely. Yeah. Permission to speak. Permission to what? Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Freely permission to speak. Permission to speak.
Yeah, I ain't want to waste it, man. We pick a good spot, little sweet spot
to kick us off at.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
So no, but some of the notes that I do got for today, it's just stuff that I've been had, different things to discuss. But Freedom Speakers today is we having a low energy day. All right, so bear with us. It's really a heavy day or heavy time of year that you might find yourself in. A family member, someone close to you. And one of those things that you can find yourself in is a rut maybe, or a form of seasonal depression. And Freedom Speakers, it happens to the best of us. It most definitely happens to me. Most definitely when I find myself in a place where I'm reminiscing about someone that is no longer physically with me. Okay. So when I say physically with me, they had a traditional burial and an offgoing. So to me, this person physically left, but they spiritually are with me. And when I get a chance, when I speak like they're not with me, is when I find myself emotionally breaking. They're always with me, man. How can I ever lose them if I can never forget them? How can I?
Yeah.
So, we come to you today at this time, most definitely this time of year, with heavy hearts of us having family members and people close to us coming and going at a time where family is very close to you. And you start to cherish those times because, hey, you can never fool. I'd rather have the memory with you than I lost the thrill than actually, having that time. I don't want to stay in the what if. I'd rather have a memory with you. So, Freedom Speak, if you have a loved one that suffers from any form of mental health, never forget about them, okay? Look out for them. Check up on them. Your strong friends, most definitely those who seem as if they don't have any issues or they seem to hold it all together. For those people, they break when they by themselves. That's the real raw of the person when they're themselves and when they're by themselves. I know for me, I'm looked at at a place in time, most definitely in my life, to be the leader and looked up to have this this front, if you will, or I always seem to have it together. And I understand when the world is looking at you just as a man, as a black man, you got to always have your shit together. You can't show emotion in a safe space. It is ammunition for your enemy.
Yeah, it's viewed as a weakness.
And it really, 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 really should not be. Okay? If I can cry at birth of my children, and I can cry at the death of a monarch of our family, I should be able to cry because, bitch, you pissed me off. And I wanted to just fuck you up so bad. But I just found God. You can call God whatever name you want. We just gonna say God. Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whoever else, all the other. We just gonna say God. It's for all faiths. Okay? But I'm crying because it's the adrenaline, and I won't do well in jail. It's just not my place. But to add a little humor and sometimes in a dark place can kind of make you chuckle when you really want to cry. So, Freedom Speakers, today I want to tell you personally, I'm having a rough day. And it's everywhere. It's not just me. It isn't a poor me. What it is that here at Permission to Speak Freely, you should have the space to speak freely. And we want to demonstrate that. So I have a question to you, my brother, as a black man. How is your mental health?
Often we go like, hey, how you feel? 1 out of 10, how's your mental health? And that's the easiest way to explain it. I'll say today, man, I want to say 4 so bad, but I don't think I can. 4 is too close to average. I'm really, if I'm being honest, I'm in that 1 to 2 range right now. You know, there's a lot been going on this past month and a half. You know, certain things I ain't never experienced before. You know, work's always going to be work. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be what it is. Every job has its days. You know what I'm saying? Every job has its days. So I try not to let that, you know what I'm saying, get the best of me. But it's more so the personal things. And when I walk out of those work doors, that I have to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, to even where small things can get in the way of a good day. You know what I'm saying? Like traffic. You know, a quick traffic jam, 10-minute traffic jam should not bother you that much. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. So you got to dig deep and figure like what's really going on with you. You know, I recognized that this was last week, maybe Thursday or Friday. I got frustrated with my youngest son to where, you know, we had a little battle real quick to where I had to apologize to him. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I wanted him to understand why he got a reaction out of me. However, I shouldn't have reacted that way. You know, once again, he's 8. So it's kind of like, hey, welcome into the big boy club. This is how we deal with talking back. This is how we deal with huffing and puffing. You're crossing that threshold. You're at 8. Like 8 is the number, you know. But I did have to recognize like I'm letting other things bother me because I don't react that way, you know. So I legit had to take him. I let him sit in it for a little bit, but I had to excuse me. I had to take him to the office and talk to him, and I could see that he really understood and appreciated that. Because of how emotional he got when I apologized. And I didn't just say, my bad, son, you know what I'm saying? Or just, I'm sorry. I explained to him in depth, A, what he did wrong, and B, what I did wrong, and why we should never have to go through that again. You know, oh shit, bruh. My granny, Damn. I haven't, I'm not even sure if I said this out loud yet. You know, it's all just been, you know, just talking to family, you know, you find comfort in things like that. But my granny passed away last Thursday. And she was 94 years old, you know, lived a beautiful life. And, you know, you say that and you're kind of like, hey man, she was, you know, she was 94, you know what I mean? It's, you know, it's bound to happen now. A lot of people do not make it to 90, let alone 94 or 100, you know. But you can never be ready for something like that. You know what I mean? You can know that it's coming, in which, you know, in the family, you know, we knew after a certain event happened, it's kind of like, hey guys, you know, this may be happening soon. I want you to prepare yourselves. But it happened. And when it happened, my mother, like, she wanted me to come up to the hospital, in which I understand me. You know what I'm saying? I understand that I don't want to go there and see Granny that way. As beautiful as it was for those who did, you know, they know themselves. I know me. You know, I'd rather remember Granny, you know, sneaking me a couple graham crackers, even though I didn't eat my food. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'd rather, you know, I'd rather that, you know what I mean? And not just see her, you know what I'm saying, laid up. But although my aunt, you know, she explained and described to me of the moment it happened. And in the back of my mind, I do wish I was there. I do wish that I was there to say, thank you, Granny, for everything, you know, from looking out for me when, you know, I was supposed to get over to my grandmother's house at about 4:00, but it's 5:00 and I ain't there yet. And she tell my mom, oh, he got here about 4, you know, cause she was, you know, she was working security at the building, but just looking out for me in that way, you know what I'm saying? I was Granny's baby, you know, and it hurts, you know. However, we got to recognize, you know, we not on our time. We are on borrowed time. Whether you get 94 years, 4 years, 14 years, 24 years, you're on borrowed time. And we got to make the most of it. And this may sound cliche, but life is literally too fucking short. Okay, that's my F-bomb for today. Life is too short for us to be bickering over bullshit, you know what I mean? Causing drama in people's lives that ain't necessary, want to beef with folks over just stupid shit, man. You know what I mean? As grown people, you know, you expect us to be to a point where it's like, you say you want peace, but do you really want peace? You don't truly want peace if you're at peace, but you causing drama for somebody else. How at peace can you be if that's what you desire? Really? And who's going to hold your feet to the fire to answer these questions, you know? But I don't want to get off topic, man. Rest in peace to Granny, Maddie Lockridge. We love you. We going to miss you. You did a phenomenal job. You know, we'll see you when we get there. We'll see you when we get there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Love you, Granny. Hey, bro. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, man. Death is a transition. And this is the way that helps me with my mental health. And I have my small reminders of letting me know how life is fragile. Past weekend, Cairo had a seizure. And by him being special needs, he was a 23-week preemie. He's nonverbal. He was not able to communicate to us what was going on. He just was drifting in and out of consciousness, but looking for help and couldn't say. As a parent, it's surreal for a second. Like, this is really happening. This is really happening. And having to keep it together as the man, the husband, is it has its challenge. But I know that I'm being viewed visually more than I'm being like scaled emotionally. You can't see that for so much. Like I can give symptoms of like dad shook because KJ was right there. But him seeing how Vanessa and I jumped into rescue mode, like we're caregivers at heart, regardless of our title or education of schooling or whatever. Like if you hand to hand care for somebody, you're a caregiver at heart. You don't need them. Certifications are great, but if some CPR is what's gonna save that person, you know, in the most simplest facts compared to, you know, hey, you gotta go get some surgery. Yeah, you can see that one coming, but the caregiver and her just being so responsive, seeing what happened to him, calling, like I was the one who called 911, but she was the one who jumped into mommy mode, aided, seeing what's going on. He thought he was choking, so she was patting his back, but that ended up getting him to throw up. So we scared. Ambulance come, take him to the hospital. KJ and I pack a bag. We go up there. He's seeming like he coming to, but being in that moment, it always takes me back to the birth of KJ and seeing both of my children have a dramatic experience coming here. Excuse me. It puts me in a place like, hey man, they can be taken away from me at any time. And I already have a baby who is medically fragile. Both of them are actually, because KJ always getting his ass whooped by nature in some kind of way, man. Bug bite, scrape, something getting him, man. Allergies, the wind is something. But that puts me in that place of how fragile life can be, and me still grieving from my uncle, like me being able to say that out loud. Like, I miss my nigga so much. Yeah. And I never thought that I would.
Good to see. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here at Therapeutic Relations Healthcare Services, we provide essential services to essential people. We offer 24-hour residential care, transportation, adult day, and vocational training. We provide a safe and healthy environment that teaches daily living skills while offering activities that stimulate. Our passion goes far beyond the care of our clients. Our staff are highly trained professionals equipped to handle what comes their way. We like to think of ourselves as people-first employers. Accept the challenge and join our team now at Therapeutic Weekend.
Feel for somebody like.
Good to see you.
And he would be my emotional scapegoat. We would call and talk to each other. Just man shit. Just man shit. He like, hey man, I call him like, hey man, my lawn looking bald, man. My neighbor whooping on me. What I gotta do? Like, oh man, you gotta put this true green down. Here's a 3-4 step now. All right, look, come on over, we get some brews and I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, man.
Come watch the game, but just having those memories. We call and talk about house stuff like, damn, I gotta get a hot water tank. But like homeowner shit or just repair shit.
Yeah.
And that would be our space. So he'd call, hey, you watching the game? He'd call in the middle, what's going on? Or if I'm watching the game, I'm pretty sure he watching the game. So my phone ring is because something had happened. And that would be like just our shit. That would be our shit, man. But me getting a chance to, that hits me on the memory, that hits me on the seasonal depression side of, I have fond memories of going to my uncle and aunt home during holiday time. All of us making fun like this bougie aunt and uncle. But now I'm the bougie uncle and shit, you know what I'm saying? We the rich uncle and auntie, if y'all ain't know.
We got our shit together.
Yeah, we all right too, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, I'm very thankful for that image. Very thankful for that. We just went and seen Evelyn Randall, aka my bump. Respect her, that's my bump. R.I.P. to her. And Granny, I think her name is Teresa. That is Vanessa's grandmother and great grandmother. We went to their grave sites and sang and praised and heard a good song, and went to her restaurant she liked to eat, which was Famous Dave's, and had some whiskey on behalf of her, just because, you know, that's her drink and that was my uncle's. And tequila is an honorary mention. Tequila is very delicious but not hydrating. I did my own research. But those people who are pioneers in our family, I get to see like they really set a trend, they trailblazed, and we get to have those memories of them. It always touches me, especially around the holidays, because you miss their presence, you miss whatever it is that they brought, whatever attitude it was, whatever dish it was, whatever character it was, it would be that. My uncle would always bring a pot of collard greens and banana pudding. That was his thing. That was his thing. Evelyn would always buy the boys suits for church. She would always get them something church infused. She got them a tambourine one year, and she didn't usually go shopping. She just tell you, and you just take the change and go.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know how granny be. You just, them ankles ain't gonna always make it. But having those memories and having those experiences leads me to looking for comfort sometimes.
Yeah.
So, freedom speakers, I'm gonna let you into my mental health. Please keep up for a second. Evelyn and Big Ed, Big Chief as we called him, they visit me. And they visit me in the form of cardinals and as birds. Whenever I'm feeling in a place of like despair, or like that's it, like this is it. This is achieved so much. I guess this is it.
Yeah.
I'll see them in the bird form, and there's two red cardinals. One is red and black, and the other one red and gray. The gray one, Evelyn, because she had more gray than he did. My baby, she had a whole little gray everything jumping off, man. But I see them and they visit me in that manner. And I look for comfort in nature as I meditate, as I try to find and convince myself. Okay, that's really what meditation is worship and praying, really much to yourself. Like, hey, this is what happened. This is what I exist in. This is my real life right here. This isn't a facade. This isn't filtered through a social media anything. This really just happened to me. How do I thank God for it?
Yeah.
Very difficult. But how do I? How do I? Sometimes I gotta dig in them archives, bruh.
Yeah.
Digging them archives. Like, I promised myself I was gonna hold it together today. I even smoked some really good weed so I could keep my nerves right. It's legal here in Ohio. It's legal. It's legal. It's legal. But that I have to think of the moments and memories. So it's like, how can I ever miss them if they always with me? If I can just pull from the archive.
Yeah.
If I can say, hey man, I remember that man teaching me how to cut grass.
Yeah.
First job. He's like, no, you gotta put the stripes in there, make the line. The tire gotta pass over just over the line, just enough. Let me show you, let me demonstrate.
So you don't miss nothing.
And he would be cool as shit with it, do it one hand, come back around, you know, the cool as shit, you know, making chores look cool. But it's really not even chores, a skill, teaching you like, hey man, go out here and, you know, this, you gotta do it, but doing that, man. And even with Evelyn, I was around for quite some time. I was a little in the background for a while. I know how that worked. But, you know, I made it through the trials and everything. I'm the victorious one, at least at this time. Shout out to my baby. But with Evelyn, when I came around, I've always had the memories of her when we would go to church, and she would just be herself, just most lively, clapping and everything. And she used to have this bun, and it wasn't a real hair bun, though it looked like hair. It wasn't hair.
The attachment.
It was the show. She would brush her hair back, like slick it back, and then put the bun, like it'll be at different angles, different Sundays. So one might have a little low one, but it was salt and pepper, and it blended. And I was like, oh man, Evelyn, y'all need to. They like that ain't her real.
Why they hate it?
But she would just be clapping away, long nails, but feeling like right at home at the United House of Prayer for All People, UHOP. I couldn't continue to go because I signed up as a heathen a long time ago, and I don't want to disrespect God on my assignment.
Come as you are.
Come as I am, man. You know, but these are things I pull from the archives that make me laugh, that stop me from crying, because I be crying like a bitch.
Yeah, and also, man, you hit it right on the head, man, because you know we keep our loved ones alive in those memories. Be it like you mentioned, cutting the grass, man. So now, like every time you cut the grass, you know what I'm saying? It's like Big Ed is there with him. He taught me this.
I gotta keep the stripes.
Yeah, and then
Chief
for sure, and then you teach the boys that. It's like, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? That might have came from Big Ed. He learned that from somebody. So like it just goes on and on and on. You know, my wife, she lost her grandmother. We lost our grandmothers, our moms. The same year, man. My grandmother, May 2015, her grandmother, December of 2015. And now she always gets, you know, and which I understand is, you know, sometimes, you know, holiday season ain't the same after you lose a huge part of your family like that.
Back.
And so, I believe she said around Easter, she gets a little down, you know what I mean? Because Easter, that's the holiday that grandma do. You know, everybody going to grandma's house on Easter. So, you know, what I've asked her to do is like with the kids, like recreate those memories that you had with her. You know what I'm saying? You said she made a dope ass, what was it? I believe it was a peach cobbler. She made a dope ass peach cobbler. So every year, every Easter, make a peach cobbler and try to get it to taste just like grandma. You may not get it. Oh no, that ain't grand. This is actually nasty. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hit it again next year. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, next holiday.
So next holiday, but try to keep it special with the Easter though. The holiday could be something else. Try to get them greens together. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So I say this, man. I say this just on a happier note for a second, man. This is why family traditions is so important.
Yeah.
Being able to pass on experiences and memories and stories and pastimes of the happy moments of people who are no longer here, but you are keeping them alive in somebody else's memory.
Yeah.
So when I get to see KJ wear his big ass shirt, it'd be one of them like,
rest in peace, Chief.
Rest in peace, Big Chief, man. I'm like, man, but don't cut the grass.
Yeah, that's
but I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the kids wearing a family reunion shirt.
Wear that on Big Ed birthday.
So, but I get it, man. I get it. At the same time, man, with me finding and being able to reach out to extended family, or I don't even like saying extended family, man, but other siblings that I was found through my father's side of the family. Very new information to me, man, but I've been very accepted by them, and it just do me well to be like, hey man, we was looking for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, man, like
that's beautiful.
I'm really a superhero orphan type nigga, man. Like I'm an orphan in y'all. I just was out here. But I'm looked at as like the big baller brother from the city.
So they had always known you was out there. You know, that's something, man.
Yeah, so information that still shakes me is the passing of my father. He passed in 2013, congested heart failure. He was a mechanic and a truck driver. So me getting that tinkering kind of came through probably genetically from him. But then my uncle used to tinker. He would work on cars and just, man, that nigga felt like he could fix everything, bruh. you tell him you had a problem with something, man, he on the spot to be able to try to help you fix it, man. So I think that's kind of
at least to be able to tell you what it was.
Yeah, something.
All right, take it up there. I guarantee they're gonna tell you. I can't fix it, but I can tell you exactly what it is. I tell you something else, they driving you.
So I most definitely get that, and man, and respect that, man. But my sisters, who I've been in contact more with, have been, you know, on some every other day. What's up, bro? Hey, when you coming down? And they're in Yazoo City, Mississippi. So shout out to Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Yazoo!
From here, Permission to Speak Freely podcast. Your host, Chief Ali.
They let them know.
So shout out to y'all from us. Like I said, and I got a sister, Wendy, that's here. She lives here in Cleveland, Ohio, where we broadcast from. Very thankful for her. She's been very, very accepting as well. We supposed to link up actually pretty soon, sometime before the end of the year. But
holiday season.
So
man.
To me, that's the closest I can get to him physically.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for signs throwing. Now that I'm aware and I'm able to kind of cope with, like, hey man, you know, I never get to meet him, like physically. So that get me. You know, it get me, but it really finding the happiness in it. Yeah. It's like, nigga, I'm really my own motherfucking man.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm really trailblazing my own shit.
Definitely. And if I could, man, like, you know, I feel comfortable in saying, especially being how your newfound family is accepting you, man. That's direct. Just from like the man he was, you know what I'm saying? Didn't get a chance to meet him, but they wouldn't feel the way they do if he didn't feel that way. You know what I mean? But them displaying the type of person he was through how they are with you, and like, hey, this is Brother Kent, come on, come join us, come on down to Mississippi, come Wazoo, come on, this is what we, you know, and welcoming you, you know what I'm saying? So them carrying that legacy of him through their acceptance and their welcoming and embracing of you, man, that just speaks to the kind of man he was. I definitely believe that, for sure.
And I respect that my other sibling, or that my sibling knew me or knew about.
Yeah.
And attempted to reach out, but I blocked one of them.
Yeah.
Scamming people.
There's a lot going on that year.
I just, my trust issues was even worse then than they are now. But I'm growing.
Yeah, man.
But I'm very, very thankful for being embraced and being accepted, and just being able to communicate with one another, and really having that just for me. Like, that's really just for me. And I know sometimes with us as men, most definitely black men, sometimes we look to need something just for us. This is where, marriage usually comes into play. And I'm a firm believer in marriage, okay? But I'm not a believer in monogamy. And not a negative, but believer of everybody beat the black man ass. Okay? How much love I deserve, how much love I put in, how much work I put in.
Yeah.
To heal me or to help shield me from what the world already promises.
Yeah.
Sometimes one woman ain't enough. Sometimes you need the strength of, like, hey, her mother, and maybe the husband's mother. So you got that pact that, hey, we all have the mutual interest in that man. The same with the grandfathers if they were there.
Yeah.
But in reality of where we live in now, it ain't always like that.
Yeah.
So if it isn't more needed, that man needs more love from black women. And I ain't saying romance. I ain't saying he gotta have sex with these women, but he need a healthy mutual relationship with that woman for her to, like, protect him how she wants to be protected by him innately. Protect us too, goddammit.
Yeah.
Don't ever feel like we okay, because we ain't never okay.
Yeah, man.
We always are under attack.
Oh man, you talking right now, bro? Because it's something I've been thinking about this last week, man. You know, people will hate you because of how great you are. They ain't did nothing to them. You know, we call them haters or player haters. You know,
Hoe ass niggas in some circles.
or that's a fact. Or that's, you know, that's a disease, man. That jealousy of you feeling some way about somebody just because of what they're able to do for people or how they look out for people. You know what I'm saying? How they would even look out for you, but you're just so, you know what I'm saying? Certain people got too much pride or too much, I don't need her, I don't need him, I don't need nobody, and just want to hate. You know what I'm saying? How many times you heard a story where it's like, hey, I would love to give the business to my son, but he ain't responsible.
He's a fuck up.
Yeah. You know
He's
what I'm
an
saying?
ass.
You know, and for somebody who it did come down to, they still earned it through trust, through learning the business, from exhibiting responsibility and maturity. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck, man. You had a rich dad. Hey, man, cool. I still had to earn this shit.
You can. So as I was saying, man, you can fuck up your lottery ticket in any kind of way,
Yeah.
man. If you got it out the mud and handed to you, if you had help with it, you really can fuck it up by taking it for granted. And I think a lot of times we do that because we'll get in our ruts, we'll get comfortable, which happens. You know what I'm saying? That's not a negative, but being able to adjust yourself is just a superpower within that. Being able to be like, hey man, you know what? This me. I got to stand in this one. I fucked up. A lot of people can't say that one, or even sometimes for the protection of their own shit, to be like, no, nigga, this is mine. This is mine, okay? I earned this. I put the time in. I worked for it. Nobody handed me nothing. As us being in business together, bro, it's like, hey, we both got different roles in this shit. Yeah. Certain battles, bro, it's like, hey, you want a piece of this guy? You know what I'm saying? You want a piece of this guy? Or it's like, hey man, this one only for me. You can handle this one. This is only for me, but it's a joint venture. Okay? We look to take the negative narrative out of employee versus employer. At the same time, it's deeper than the job. That's where the loneliness of success comes in. Because sometimes people only there because you pay them.
Yeah.
And when it comes to business, that's okay, but you can't be attached to things like that. When bills and expenses come, nigga, I'm not attached to that light bill. Get this bitch the fuck away from me. It's costing me.
Then you ain't invited to the parties no more.
Bruh, man.
Yeah,
so
man.
The success gets lonely because you are working. Whatever you putting your time into finally is taking off. It's finally paying off, man. You finally are piecing this shit together, man, from whatever template you may see or be around, but you carving yourself.
Yeah.
You carving yourself like, hey, I see Brody doing what he doing, man. I like how he handling shit or how he handled that situation. I like his swag, I like his style. That takes a very mature and secure person. Most definitely as a man to be like, hey, bro, I look to you. This is fly to what you do, man, or how you handling things, that's fly. Or me being in a position where it's looked at like, hey, man, you're successful. And I'm like, nah, man, don't do that, man. You making the spot hot.
I'm just a squirrel trying to get
I'm trying to bust all I can. But it's like, hey, you like I don't do that, man. I don't want to be the man. I don't want that. Even though it's like, hey, as you said, nigga, you can't choose your audience.
Mm-hmm.
You can't choose your audience.
You don't
people.
choose your audience. You don't choose the message you seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So people looking to follow, it's like, hey, that's fucking amazing. What do I do with that power?
Yeah.
What do I do with that? Do I turn into the penguin and I fuck up some political, judicial, Congress type shit? I'm the boss of the underworld? Or do I go ahead and be like, hey, man, I give an example for whoever looks to see and be that beacon of like, hey, man, I can be I love to make this story triumph, but I'd be crying all day if I really told you how much pain I had to go through to be able to say, man, I ain't hurting like that no more. I'm not as in much pain as I once was. Do I hurt? Fuck yeah. I fight titans. Okay? You ever seen a boxing match? It's 12 rounds. Some niggas don't make it 12 fucking rounds. And it used to be 15.
Legs get shaky.
Okay? Do you know the endurance it takes to fight? Like in any form, and all fights are not physical.
Yeah.
But do you know the endurance it takes to just put up with the shit, to fight the shit, to just be like, hey man, you can have this one because I need a break.
Yeah.
You can have this. I just don't want to get knocked out. Okay, just don't knock me the fuck out.
Or it's like I'm not giving up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing is right.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm doing is for somebody I love. I'm not giving up on them, even if they've given up on themselves. You know, sometimes you can't do too much when it get to that point because we say, man, how can I help you if you won't help yourself?
Yeah, I can't want it more than you.
They can't want it more than you.
I cannot.
Yeah.
And that twinkles into the entitlement, man, just of freedom speakers, man. If you find yourself in a place where you are making your gains in life and you putting yourself first and you putting your success first and people start falling off, they never was supposed to be fucking with you from the first place, okay? Yeah. All right? If you make an advancement for yourself that can potentially blossom for everybody and this person get mad, they never wanted to see you shine.
Player hater.
They never wanted to see you shine. That is not something that you need to have ingested into your life, into your circle in any way, shape, or form, okay? So the hard part about it is standing on your word with it. Because you can clearly say by yourself, I'm done with the motherfucker, I'm finished. But once time actually goes in the past and you get hit with real life shit, your hot water tank go out, man, you need some breaks. You like, man, I don't give a fuck about this bitch right now, nigga. I can't get to work. Other things start to supersede and take precedent of your important. But you can let that shit just sometimes go. But when you gotta stand on it, you gotta stand on it. So having to mourn, you being the one who initiates, I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah.
And I can't, I found myself, permission to speak freely?
Permission to speak freely.
I found myself in a place where I was mentally sick and it was self-induced. It was self-induced of, I was having so much fun with the people around me. I was actually taking care of their responsibilities for them because I just wanted to have fun. It was just kicking it. Or what is in my power to be able to change lives in an instant. You fired. Nigga try to steal on you, tell him that real quick.
That's a fact.
Nigga, you say you hired, motherfucker really touch you. Hug, kiss, above or below the belt.
Spit it out, man.
But it comes with that power. Just as I hate you comes with a certain power. You say it enough, it do something. Just like if I say I love you enough, it comes with a certain power. You say it enough, it'll do something to you.
For sure.
So me just knowing that and exercising that, man, it puts me in a place of like, hey, I gotta say the right things to people. So when I'm dealing with work, I gotta be fragile with their emotions, just like mine. When it comes to the children, I gotta exercise that on how I speak to them. To my wife, I'm at a place, like I say, man, I'm falling back in love with wifey. I'm finding us growing out of COVID. That was really traumatic to us with our children, our babies, our business, our livelihood with her. Almost lost everything. No fault to myself, but something I'm growing through. So me finding me in these spaces where I'm finding me almost like I'm neglecting people who really need me because I'm thinking that they're okay. And I'm not paying attention that, hey, I always holler that I'm not okay. I need aid. I need help. I need to make sure that I'm putting these people first, meaning my children and my wife and my business and my employees, my team, everybody first before I help somebody just because we trying to have fun. We trying to kick it. add it to the bill, throw it in the bag, run the Amex up, bitch, ain't no limit. We about to have fun. It's great, it's Gucci, whatever it is. And getting caught in that myself, not preparing for, hey, you still got your own shit to do. You still got audits coming up. You still got a team you got to keep morale with. You still got a wife you want to make love to. You want to present yourself as a fly husband, as a man to, as all of these things in my mind. Like trying to balance them all, trying to find myself. Like who am I in fatherhood? What examples do I have? Like that we spoke about a little bit earlier. I found me having my moments with KJ, and normally we have our deep dad talks right before it's time for this nigga to go to bed.
That's hilarious. KJ and Lay the same person, man. It's weird.
Yeah, they both would Aries.
Yeah, Aries.
They both Aries.
Birthday is a day apart.
Yeah, very similar in character. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're gonna change the world because of how inquisitive they are. How many questions that they ask. At the same time, they really like to be in control in a lot of ways that we may not understand. So one of the things that I did pick up with KJ is when he does come out into my man cave, also known as Lounge 87, another home of Permission to Speak Freely podcast. You can catch us on all streaming platforms. When KJ and I are having our conversations, though, kicking it, he'll come on out there and just catch me watching the game or watching a comfort movie, which almost any Marvel movie you do or show. And he'll bring up a conversation. And normally it's music because he's a music head as well. I love that about him. Like he into that. But he in that moment to me as I'm reading, not just we spending time, like he dictating when we talk.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Please tap into me on IG. That's the primary platform. Permission, 2_ Speak Freely podcast. That's Permission, 2_ Speak Freely podcast.
Absolutely, straight up. And you can follow me as well, Laylo the Most at LAYLOE.THAMOS. And definitely follow us, man. Engage with us, ask us questions. Get engaged, man. Freedom Speakers. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we protect y'all as well. Permission to speak.
Hey, I came out here to talk to you, nigga. And then I'll let him just run. We talking, we chopping. And I'm like, man, I don't want to force him off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know it's bedtime, but he's spending time with me. But then he'll talk until he like, yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm like, dope. Hey, cool, man. Give you love, give me a hug, give him a kiss. But he controlled that entire situation. And I just sit there and be like, he ain't challenging me because it's not wrong, because he's not. But it's like he really is exercising, speaking up or doing things on his own, having his own beat to shit. I don't want to I had to be aware of that. But I didn't want to be like, nigga, it's bedtime. You know your ass put the motherfucker in bed. Yep. For me to just do nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I love that about him, and I love that for him, most definitely when it comes into wanting him to have a voice, like to be able to speak up and know, like, hey man, your dad, you don't know your dad a cool ass nigga. Like, especially in some adult day, you don't know I'm the it nigga a little bit sometimes. In some circles, I'm the square that takes care of his circle. Okay, I'm that nigga. Some wish they could do it like your daddy, and some I'm the blueprint, bro. But like, you'll grow up and get to see one day how cool your motherfucking father really is. Right now, I'm dragging you, I'm nagging.
Said if I'm a square, I'm an ice cube.
Hey,
cool as mud.
Write that down.
Cool
Write that down,
mud.
Pops.
I like that.
Poetry. I lay low the most.
I got it out.
But bringing it full circle, man, I was putting myself in situations that I didn't need to be in. I was making myself sick because I was taking on other people's frustrations that were not my frustrations. I had my superhero cape taken out of the closet, and I wore it for too long, which gave a false sense of entitlement, which gave a false sense of nigga can just pull up on you and ask you to just save them from society. Man, put me on, man. Put me on. It's like, I'm having struggles staying up myself, man. Enough to cut you in that, like, it take care of your whole life. That's pretty big favor. Pretty big. Like, you ain't gonna put in no work, nigga. What you trying to do? Yeah. But that shit fucks with my mental health of like, don't bring the spot to me, man. He hiring niggas. Like, look on the internet, not in real life. Don't run up on me at dinner, nigga. Like,
so listen, you know, like you say, to bring it full circle, what have you learned? And how do you adjust moving forward?
You want the real answer?
Yeah, of course.
Have somebody else fucking do it.
Hey, that's real. That's weird. That's something I'm learning.
I had somebody else do the shit.
That's something I'm learning, man. My plate recently has been very much full, especially because I can go say I have 3 different plates. You know what I'm saying? I got my husband plate, my business plate, my fatherhood plate. We'll throw all them plates together. You gonna need more than a little styrofoam. That's a big ass plate.
That's a big.
You know what I'm saying?
Plate.
And my plate has definitely become full to the point to where it's like, nigga, I'm delicate. Hey, I ain't got time for this stupid shit. I've felt myself change so much. I say, especially in this last, not even a long period of time, bro. I say 2 months.
It don't take long.
2 months. I felt myself change into where it's like, yo, this little goofy nonsense shit you worried about? Nah. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about, like you mentioned, taking on other people's traumas, but what about when somebody just wants to have a conversation with you or get you advice? Are you empathetic to the point where you get invested to where it's like, I'm putting this on me. Let me just give this person this advice and move on without taking on their problems as your own?
I used to have a really bad problem with that.
Yeah.
Like I would find me, like I said, putting on that cape, trying to help this person figure out their issues when they're really just trying to transfer. They're trying to pass the buck off to being responsible for themselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll turn into just a tangible thing. They need a material, money, some type of good. And it is like, hey man, you get to be around a person long enough to see like, hey, some of this shit is self-inflicted. I can't make up your deficit because you chose to do X, Y, and Z. So I learned not to jump right to it. I learned to let it air out for a second. That normally, you find the person, if you don't say yes immediately, you kind of get to see what the outcome is. Or oh shit, I ain't need to help no motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? Let them go do their thing. But I found me doing that at a time. And it still ended up being my fault if I don't continuously do it. So when I found me having to, when I found me having to stop it, and I did stop, I found it still being my issue that I never even started it.
Yeah.
I never even did it or offered to him, and that just showed like a level of entitlement. Like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, but I'm at less war with myself because I didn't get myself involved in something that it wasn't an end to. You know what I'm saying? So learning to protect myself from myself, of not just jumping in or rescuing somebody because my heart big enough or my material stretched long enough, my pockets deep enough, my heart kind enough where, nigga, what's breaking you is peanuts to an elephant to me. Or it could be the internals of like you really just want somebody else to do it and you being lazy, so you running a manipulation game, you running a scheme, a scam, and having to make people be accountable for their own shit.
Yeah, man. They don't like that. They don't
Not
like
at all.
that. They don't like that.
Man, damn.
Let me ask you this. We was talking about, we gave away our age the other day, a couple episodes ago. So 37-year-old Chief.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you would say to 32-year-old Chief? Be it advice, something not to do, something to do. What would you, if you could look 32-year-old Chief Ali in the face right now, just tell him something to get him through this next 5 years, what would you say?
Get help.
Solid.
Get help.
Solid.
Like, get help for my mental health. it is, you got to mourn things, deaths, the ends of things. And it isn't always easy. Sometimes having to sit in to see a person full circle, and I'm going to just have it with business for a second. To see a person full circle, knowing the place we are in business, that, hey, we get to see a lot of the people who come in, introduce ourselves as owners, so on and so forth. So that we got to sit across from this person at the same time once things kind of go haywire and we couldn't, come to a good resolution with the person. Now we have to be the one reprimanding and having to let them go. So that becomes a trauma of having to have somebody's livelihood sit in your hands like that. And when you get to see that they don't possibly care and you got to be the deciding factor, you got to hold that sometimes. I had 95% of the time of the people that we got to walk out the door, they spit on us on the way out, regardless of what we do for them. But you got to know that in business. So this is why your memory has to be short of like, I didn't connect with this person anyway, to some degree, because you want to care, but you got to care through the vessel of the business. You as a person and a human can't get too invested and involved, because a human and normally play on a human. You can't play on this machine and a system that's built. We trying to fix loopholes.
I remember you telling me a long time ago when I was having trouble, say like expressing the issue to somebody and, them having rebuttal with what's going on in their life. And here we go with them lines again. You say, hey, it's not that I don't care. So I can't care. I can't care. You know what I'm saying? If what's going on with you personally directly affects this business, you can't be here. If you walk in here and you in a shitty mood and our clients is feeling the effects of you not performing at your best, it's like, hey, you get that shit together. Leave it at the door and you can pick it up when you leave. Mm-hmm. Leave it at the door again on Wednesday. Don't bring that shit in here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I'll say this, keep your space, please.
Yes, you got it.
We even offer, hey, if you having some mental health days or you having a rough time, you can schedule time to be able to communicate, to be able to talk, to be able to vent, to be able to detox. If you scheduling 10, 20, 30 minutes, even an hour to communicate with me personally, offering free counseling to the team, if that's going to get you to go in there and feel okay with working your 10, 12, 16, 18 hour shift, whatever shift hours you got to pull, what do you want, mornings or afternoon? Mm-hmm. But that's another service, because I understand, just remember, trying to have the mirror image of what I'm asking for and what I want, I need to be willing and accepting when it comes. So if I'm saying I need a place to be able to sometimes speak, which is normally my woman or my counsel, people who I look to and be like, hey, I'm hell-bent on this motherfucking idea. I'm hell-bent on this shit. All right? But my soul don't fully feel okay, even though I'm okay. Like, I know how in business it's okay. But in life it's like, I'm about to really fuck this person up. I
know where you at right now.
I don't like having that power in my hand, especially for somebody who we got like multiple layered relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't turn out the performance or the progress and you can't redirect them, now you got to cut them, is
it's always your fault.
It's always my fault. So if I'm always wrong, I'm gonna do the fuck I want to do.
Wrong anyway.
I'm gonna do the fuck I want to do.
Bringing it full circle, it makes so much sense.
So let me ask you this, man.
Oh shit.
So with you wearing, like, we freedom speakers here at Permission to Speak Freely, we push the narrative so heavy on family man, businessman, entrepreneurship. Those are the peaks of the crowns that we wear. There's so many others, but to tie it in, like, it's really family man. You wear so many hats there, brother, uncle, son. It's too many to break down, but just family man, businessman. Where you started part-time, full-time, now you running them whole motherfucker, bro. Like that, but you feel the pressure of every position because you had it. You developed it. You tweaked it.
That's true.
So It's like, no, I know what the fuck you doing wrong, bitch. I know what you're not doing because I used to do it. Okay? Stop playing foolish with me. It's one of them like, and when you get to look your peer in the face, it's like, hey, I believe in fair ones. Okay? I believe in fair ones. Okay? I believe in that one. Like, that's it. All that is to me is a difference of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We should be able to have a difference of opinion and be okay afterwards. Nigga, you whoop my ass, help me up. If I whoop your ass, I'm gonna help you up. And we gonna hold this on each other. And we ain't gotta physically whoop each other ass, but it's one of them like, hey, I should kick your ass. You know you was wrong. Like, my bad. I got you, man. I'm on my shit. Just like with myself of, I hate disappointing my woman.
Yeah.
Okay, I hate on that. I hate this disappointing women, but my woman most definitely. And I know that sometimes that shit can be used against us because we like to perform high. As men, we like, at least me. I can't say everybody, but I like to perform high. I like to be like, oh, yeah.
This thing. Did you have a question for me?
I don't know. Did I? Freedom speakers? No. No, but bringing it full circle, man, because breaking it down just so you get where I'm coming from. When it comes to wearing all of these different things, do you really, really still find time for just you?
Yes, but not nearly as much as I should. Not nearly as much as I should. And not even just finding enough time for just me, but finding enough time for my family, you know what I'm saying? It gets demanding. It's not always demanding, but it gets that way. You know what I'm saying? And as important as it is for family men to have alone time, of course it's important for us to have that family time too. You know what I'm saying? And being intentional with that shit. Me and Mika were just talking, one weekend out of the month. This is what we're going to start doing. I don't know when we're going to start, but we're going to start.
We're going to put a pin in it.
One weekend out of every month is family weekend. Meaning we're intentionally planning, doing something with the kids. Going to this park, going to this fair, going to the movies, going like, it's family weekend. It's us. And it always, because, you know, it's 6 of us. That shit get expensive. Like, hey, we go to the movies, bro. Nigga, that's $120. No popcorn. Like, bring them Mike and Ike's Dollar Tree.
Hey, and then that if everybody still get, it's 6 people and everybody still get 2 items.
That's $12.
It's $12, but most people gonna get 3. You're gonna get price of chips, some candy, something to drink. So that's,
hey, nigga, pick one.
18,
and y'all can share. So y'all 2 share. All right, y'all buddies, drink buddies. I bring 2 straws. No, I'm fucking with you. But it ain't always got to be, you know, expensive. Because then that comes into it too. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about finances last episode. To where just cutting a little bit here or there can make a huge difference. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So with us planning, hey, family weekend. We're probably started fresh on the new year. Starting with like going sledding or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely need to find a way to more time for just me. My wife get mad at me. You know, I'm like last night, I'm watching Game 4 of the World Series, or is watching me. She tell me, Luke, come to bed. And I'm just kind of like, no, just, hey, leave me alone for a second. I have no time to be alone during the day. And honestly, when I am alone during the day, let's say if I get home before my baby boy get off the bus, and nobody's there. You know what I told? That happened yesterday. You know what I told myself? Think I'm about to take a nap. Did I take a nap? No. It's too quiet in the house. You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to that. I become such accustomed to being a family man. Something going on. All I hear is artists' little feet tick-tapping on the kitchen floor. Like, I can't go to sleep. I got to turn the fan on or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm waking up every 2 minutes. The clock ain't moved. You know what I'm saying? It's weird because I'm so immersed in just being this family man. It's strange. The only time I can get it is late at night when they're asleep or early in the morning. And that's part of the reason why I wake up so early. My body will wake me up. Sometimes early as 3:30 a.m. When that happened, bro, I ain't going back to sleep. It just don't work for me. I try fucking close my eyes. It just don't work.
Trying to go to sleep hard as shit.
Yeah, trying hard. It ain't working. I just get up. I fucking wash 2 loads of clothes before 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It may seem like, but you ain't did no laundry. No, I did that shit when nobody up.
You wasn't around when I was being responsible.
I did my whites and I did all my pajamas together, all different colors and shit. You know, but that's when I have my time. You know, so and again, like with my wife, when she do want me to come to bed, it's like kind of let me sit here for a minute.
Please.
Then get mad at me when I legit fall asleep on the couch. You slept on the couch. Hey, my bad. That's what my body told me to do. You know what I'm saying? And then let's say if it's an evening where I'm not tired and she is, well, I'm about to go to bed. All right, man. Hey, salute.
Yeah, you should not be penalized because I'm not tired.
I holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, rest well. You know, and she a woman, so she gets attached. I can't go to sleep without you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me be buzzing the third or some shit.
Be like, you playing on my mental.
Yeah, man.
How'd you sleep before I got here?
But hey, respect. You know, we gotta respect each other's ways. You know what I'm saying? We gotta respect each other's ways, and especially as a man that got his hands on so much family, business, wife, extended family. You know what I'm saying? And I embraced that. I embraced that like a mug, man. Like it made me so happy. I was talking about the day after Granny passed, I called my uncle. And I'm just like, hey, I heard about Granny. And he does very well, with these types of family tragedies. I really don't know how he do it. He was the master of ceremony for his own mother's funeral. How, bruh? Sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mourn. But he just so strong. I don't know. I don't know. But I told Unc, I said, hey, let Auntie know, Auntie Val, Auntie Rhea, everybody know, these are Granny's daughters. They're making their arrangements. If it's anything they need me to do, you know what I'm saying, I will do that. And the thing that I had in mind was speaking at the funeral. I'm in my 30s now. And, when you're too young, the family don't trust you to go up there and say shit.
Because you will probably fumble.
Yeah, you gonna fumble. But, me and my siblings, we're moving into that stage of adulthood where it's like, no, it's y'all turn to host family dinners. We'll give you the recipe to the mac and cheese. We shared, which just the way Granny did it. Just how Granny did it. But it's our time to start stepping up in these moments. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to plan these things. And in this case, man, speaking at Granny's homegoing, man, and I was gonna ask my auntie directly, like, hey, I wanna say something at the funeral. Before I could say it, she asked me. I'm standing right behind her when she on FaceTime with my cousins, and she go, you okay? We put you on program for my, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honored.
Yeah, honored. And that's the exact, yes, And then we talked about it later that day, and I'm like, Auntie, before you asked me, I was gonna ask you. She's like, oh no, I'm like, I know it's a lot of people ahead of me in line to speak and stuff like that, because this little Vine, like I'm baby cousin for real. As far as the older cousins, I'm the youngest one at 33. You know what I'm saying? And then you got my younger generation of cousins who just approaching their 20s and they still in their teens and shit like that. But as far as the older generation of cousins, I'm the baby. They call me Vine baby. Affectionate.
You heard it here first, people.
They call me Vine baby. So as far as that older group, I'm the baby, and my auntie entrusted me to say, hey, and she told me, she said, no, I thought of you right from the jump. And that just made me feel so good.
Yeah.
That made me feel so good, you know what I'm saying? So, I legit, I want to put something together for Granny, something Granny be proud of, and remember her, her legacy and who she was, for sure. For sure.
I believe that's one of the most honorable things that you can do for somebody is to give them a really good homegoing when they call.
Yeah.
You want them to you want them to show up there fly wherever they go. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I ask you this, man. What does your legacy mean to you?
What does my legacy mean to me?
Yeah.
I want my children to speak for me. I want my children to speak for me. So when it's Sunday and my all my children is together the same way me and my siblings get together now, and they talking about daddy, and I ain't got to be dead for this to happen. I want to hear it too. You know what I'm saying? I want them to speak for me on how I was, whether I was crazy. Yeah, I remember that one time daddy hit my ass up. You know what I'm saying? And those things. Yeah, I remember dad, man, like he used to, you know, dad used to wash our hair. Like I wash my girl's hair. My wife does their hair, but I wash it. They shit just like my mama hair, just like my wife's hair, just long, thick. It's a lot, fucking detangling process. So I wash the hair, and they tend to do like a little better with me. And then my wife got that trauma of also being tender-headed. While I don't give a fuck, I will be as gentle as I can be. You know what I'm saying? With my girls, you know. And I want my girls to remember it's the small thing. Yeah. It's the small thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember when dad taught me how to ride a bike back when we was living over at the apartment. I remember when dad taught me how to drive. I remember when I brought my first boyfriend home and dad ran him off. You know what I'm saying? Like those little things. It's going to be the big thing.
Like, see Lennox?
Yeah. I'm here to see Lennox. What the fuck are you? Second F-bomb of the day.
I'm here to see Lennox.
But I want to be remembered from those small intangible things. Is college going to be paid for? Yes. Are we going to make sure you get your first vehicle? Yes. Are we going to make sure we going to give you the tools to make sure you know how to take care of your credit? Yes. But I want to be remembered for those small things. Hey man, daddy made a good ass cheeseburger. I love him when daddy made burger. He can season the shit out them ribs.
Hey, daddy, I'm alive and I can tell y'all freaking strictly, my man does make a really good rib. For those that don't eat pork, you missing out. Goddamn, man. It's pretty good.
We can do the beef ribs, you know, they a little more expensive.
Soy ribs? These soy ribs, baby.
No fucking soy ribs. We're just gonna fall apart. But that's how I want to be remembered. I want my children to speak for me, you know, and my wife, like the family I'm directly responsible for. You know what I'm saying? For her to remember who I was, and you know, we don't know when we gonna go. We don't know when we gonna go. And if I happen to go too soon, I pray to God, can I have 94 years like Granny did?
Facts.
Can I get 94?
At the minimum.
Yeah, 94 minimum. I don't want to be like, all right, 94. So
punch my ticket.
The 14th of September, the year 2086. You out of here.
Right.
Damn, that's a good math. But that's what I want, man. What about you?
I had that question for you, man. I didn't really ponder on it for me too much.
It's all good though.
But if I had to say, as it's coming to me now, just riding how I'm riding now, I would want to speak for myself, for my legacy, just because so many people have spoken for me. I believe in you got to speak up for yourself, because a motherfucker kill you and say you enjoyed that shit.
Oh.
They say you enjoyed the punishment that you was under because you never fucking said nothing.
Oh.
So no, I have to speak up, and my children will be the reflection of that. But that's me being like, this is what I am. This is what I represent. This is what I have done. This is what I expose myself to. This is what the triumphs I have overcome. You get to see a marvel in front of you.
Yeah.
Not just the stories of, I think I was talking to Dez the other day. It was chopping with him, like one of my favorite movies to watch on something just like get my morale up is Troy. So when Troy come out and he laid up with some hoes in this scene, like the little boy come and find him, he laid up. He had a bunch of bitches, you know what I'm saying? But he gorgeous and he a good warrior. But the little boy tell him like, hey man, the behemoth or whatever he was fighting, the barbarian you're fighting, he's huge. I wouldn't want to fight him. And he just looked at the nigga casually like, then no one will remember your name. But just, I'm here to prove my own legacy for everybody to see. Don't speak for me, my shit speak for itself. My children will inherit that. My children will be the next coming of that, of like, hey, I see why niggas take out the whole family because of that man who is broadcasted what he is. Imagine when he teaching his children in his household.
Yeah.
Imagine how he prepared. I showed this to Nessa the other day. We was just, she asked like, I need my credit card not working. You got another card I could use? I'm like, trying to fucking scam me or some shit. But I'm like, no, I got you. So I go to a little spot I got hidden, just out in the open though. And I grab it and I keep like important documents in there. So I told her like, hey man, this little jury bag down here, if something ever happened, just take this with you and just go. Get in the car and just go. So she like, what you mean? I'm like, I got a Liam Neeson.
Now I gotta explain my fucking self.
Just if something ever happened to me. But it's like we joke about it.
This is your passport.
We joke about it, but it's really one of them like, hey, babe, like we spoke earlier, like, hey, man, as a black man, baby, I'm always under attack. I'm always under attack by society, by the positions that I have and hold and all of that shit. So if something was to happen to me, I need to make sure you're cool. Even in my death, that doesn't mean that I don't still protect the queen. Even from my motherfucking self, okay?
Yeah.
So any bitches in the back, if I die, don't you step up at my fucking funeral, bitch. Don't you say a goddamn thing.
I personally kick
That's a joke. That's it. That's a joke. But I'm serious as fuck. Don't you
If
step
it
the
was
fuck up.
hoes,
If you had a crush, don't you step up at all.
I will personally escort these hoes out. Hey, speaking of which, because I told my wife about this.
You got a list of non-hirables.
I have a list of people who, and it's not long.
Yeah, it's not long.
It's not long. I have a list of people who are not allowed to be at my funeral. He wasn't expecting me to say that, would you?
No, bro, because I got...
My wife has this list.
Bruh.
It's not written down. I've told her. It's a very short list.
Y'all had it over ribs.
It's either one or two people, and it's not
this
two.
nigga, that nigga, and them nigga. Everybody else cool, but...
And you know, and they have opportunity to redeem themselves. I can go back to them and say, hey, babe, take them off the list. Then next year they'll be back on them. Yep.
Can I ask who number 3?
What?
Can I ask who number 3?
Nah. They'll know when they try to step up.
Okay.
And it's like, hey, he didn't fuck with you. You ain't fuck with him. Stop the bullshit. That was 2 F-bombs in 2 seconds
3,
right there.
Oh.
That's my 4th one. If I'm getting better, I'm working on my language. I'm trying to be better, man. I've been in church lately. You know, and then, like, it's funny, was not to be funny. I'm truly working on my language, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro.
But, you know, God ain't through with me yet. I'm
trying not to cuss, at my children. Even...
That's when they all come out.
Okay, so remember, I'll curse because it adds seasoning to it. It adds seasoning.
Everybody, sit the fuck down! Like, oh shit.
They only respect authority.
They only respect, they only understand. They only say, hey, go have a seat. Hey, have a seat, go eat your food. Go eat your food. Did you finish your nuggets? Eat your nuggets. Eat one more. Take a bite. Eat your food. Hey, did you finish your food? Go eat your food. Hey, go sit down and eat that food. Now you crying and mad. And then my baby girl, she
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You are listening to Permission to Speak Freely, broadcasting from Cleveland, Ohio, 216, home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Guardians. Go Tribe.
I tell Mom, I don't give a fuck. You tell me.
Hold on, the baby
Yes.
snitching on you?
Tell Mom. Mom on my side. Go on up there and tell her. Watch she cuss your ass out too. Go eat them nuggets.
So for all children who
Get on
might
my
listen to
nerves.
the show, I know this is not a children-rated show, but I have nieces and nephews who listen. Uncle Juan love y'all, and y'all know how Uncle Juan is.
Love y'all too.
All right, so, but for all the other children that don't know us or don't like know how we are, at the minimum, you gonna get is us cussing. Okay, your child is safe. Your child is safe at Uncle Von and Uncle Juan's daycare. All right, they are safe. You might smell some liquor. You might smell some trees. But the kids are gonna be safe and they're gonna eat. They're gonna have fun. They're gonna want to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, they gonna want to come back. But them bad kids, we regulate them. We regulate them, okay? And when I mean bad, I ain't mean mischievous. Like they just doing little shit. Cause we used to be doing mischievous shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So I get it. But when you like trying to harm somebody purposely, that's when we like, okay, man, I'm gonna put the taser on low and I'm gonna just zap the bottom of this nigga feet. Okay, parents ain't gonna see they got socks, shoes back on. They ain't gonna see that shit. They ain't gonna examine this nigga feet. And his feet probably dirty because kids that got dirty feet are bad as fuck.
Exactly.
I don't see kids with clean feet do fucked up shit.
Dirty feet, drink nothing but red pop and flame hot Cheetos.
Saggy diapers.
Yeah.
And they speak extremely fucking well.
Hey, if you 4 eating flaming hot Cheetos, Okay.
Drinking
concerned.
Chili Willies. Remember Chili Willies?
Hell yeah, come on, man.
Chili
I'm
Willies.
from around here. I'm from around the way.
Drinking the cart. You got the milk mustache. I mean, the juice cup mustache from the cart and shit.
Hell yeah. That shit come back to the house half empty. The Chili Willy. You used to get a gallon for $1.
Was them the Chili
dollar.
Willy? You know what? Because the Chili Willy gallons had the white cap, I want to say.
I don't remember what color the cap was, bro. Damn.
But it was the juice. I'm telling my age, because I remember us going to get the Dairyman's juice.
Right.
The Dairyman.
The orange joint.
Hey, and one real quick, man. One of my white friends back in the day, I ain't like this nigga because I got me some the iced tea. He's like, oh, that's the ghetto tea, bro. That's the ghetto tea. I'm like,
Bruh.
what the fuck you mean, Todd? Just fucking ghetto tea? What you mean? He's like, no, bro, I didn't mean anything by that.
The
I'm
ghetto
like,
tea.
I'm like, is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm black?
Hold on, time out. What's the ghetto tea? Was it the Dairyman's?
It's the Dairyman's iced tea. You know, that's like the iced tea, the fruit punch, and like the fruit berry.
The iced tea mostly came in the half gallon.
Half
joint.
gallon.
Yeah.
You could find the full gallon if you went in the inner city. Okay, you ain't gonna find that at Dairy Mart out in South Euclid.
Man.
Or you ain't gonna find that out in Westlake.
Circle K, no.
You had to go Cleveland inner city, 44-108, 44-103. Them the two I remember growing up.
A4.
Yeah. So shout out to Cleveland, Ohio, 216, baby. But it was that, bro. I remember as a kid getting the food stamp. My mama used to give us the brown food stamp, or sometimes she'd give my big sister the green one. I think that was the $5 one. The purple one was like 10, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I had that much trust.
Yeah, hey, we had to. Hey, we was latchkey kids. Go to the store, get some bread. Some
I used to
milk,
get sent up with the WIC coupons though.
We used to get the green ones.
Yeah,
I don't remember them.
rip them bitches out so you can get 2 boxes of cereal. Or no, it was the cereals in ounces. So you can get like 33 ounces of cereal. So you have to look at the box. All right, this box 12.8 ounces. This box 11.2 ounces. And add them ounces up. So, nigga, if you, 0.6 ounces over, hey, you gotta wash a whole box of cereal. It's like, man, let me get these 2 ounces. No, you can't get this ounces of cereal. You gotta get the smaller box or you just ain't gonna get no cereal. And you ain't took advantage of all them ounces. If they send you up with that WIC coupon, you got 34 ounces of cereal. You better be using like 30 to 32 ounces. If you come back and you only got 26 ounces of cereal, no, you should have got the big box of the Cheerios and the small box of the whatever. You know what I'm saying? You stretch them ounces out.
Nostalgic moment, real quick, people.
Similar.
I remember as a kid going shopping with my mother, and she used to do that. I'm a EBT baby. I'm a WIC baby.
Yeah.
I'm a Section 8 baby. That shit groomed me to be like that, nigga. I know what good eating is. Some of these kids only know my mama cooked steak and shrimp without that shit back in the day, nigga.
Steak and shrimp.
The kids today only know steak and shrimp and shit because of EBT.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? At least I knew we did.
Now they getting crab legs on that shit.
Seafood boils, all
Man,
that shit,
right.
bro. But nostalgic moment, man, she would count the ounces and measure out in the dollars of like, oh no, it's cheaper to get this because if you get 2 of these, this is this. This right here is 64 ounces. You get 2 of that, that's 128.
Yeah.
You get this, if you get this 32, and you get 3 of them. Now you got to get 4. And now you came out $2.38 more, but you could have got a pack of meat. You got the bigger pack of meat and not just get this little cheap. But it would be how much moms would process like all the twos and fews.
Speaking as someone who has been to the grocery store with your mom, I understand your trauma.
As I said, man, at 32, I would have got help. I would have got help, man. I got help a little earlier. I got help a little earlier.
I love you, Miss Gill.
Love you, mommy. But all of those things that say it annoyed me as a kid, it comes out as an adult when I have to sit in them seats now with like, what is the better box of cereal? Because I only got $20. I only got it.
Yeah.
Damn, mommy was making shit happen, though.
Straight up,
straight
up, man.
Damn, man.
And I'm like, shit, man. And can we talk about that, man? Because we often talk about, we in America, for my people listening outside the States.
Oh, yeah.
But, we often hear about the oil crisis, the price of gas, you know what I mean? Things like that. Taxes being high. But we got to talk real quick. Cereal has gotten outrageous.
Nigga.
Every now and again, I get a taste for Don't laugh at me, man. Wheaties. I like Wheaties. I really do. I like the taste. I don't feel guilty after eating. Like, I feel guilty as fuck after eating like some Fruity Pebbles or some shit. Like, man, I shouldn't age that. I'm too old to be eating Fruity Pebbles. Sugary ass shit. Color dye and shit. But the Wheaties, I never feel guilty about. Go to get a box of Wheaties, you know, and I think like Simone Biles was on the box for that month.
That's
like, hell yeah,
Shout out to her.
Yeah, I'm getting a Simone Biles box. It was like $6 for like just a regular little standard box. You get like 3 bowls out of this bitch. Like $6?
Like a 28 ounce
For
box?
some, like the little is, she was little. She was little.
Apartment size.
And my daughter could pour that shit with one hand. My daughter need to be holding the bottle like this, you know, for some $6 box of cereal. What's going on with the cereal, Chief? It's hard out here for a pimp.
So I like to comment first just on the Wheaties. Shout out to everybody on the front of the Wheaties box. I hope one day that I'm somewhere in greatness and they put me on the front of a Wheaties box. Where like my wife real good with crafting, they put me on the front of a Wheaties box or something.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope. Me like cutting the grass on the front of that bitch or something. Some dad shit, dad of the year. But hey man, I don't think kids is eating cereal as much as they was as we did. I think kids in the mornings is eating Flamin' Hot Cheetos, eating barbecue Lays, Takis. They eating leftover Wingstop from last night. Or some of the kids, man, they intermediate fasting, if you will. They just not eating in the morning. Yeah. So cereal has come outrageous, man. And KJ like Wheaties. So I don't ever mind him eating that, man. But when I tried to have like a father-dad moment one day, like, hey, man, pour you a bowl of cereal and pour me one too. I did not like eating those little mattresses, man. That shit dry. You gotta soak it in there long enough, because that shit is like,
what you talking about, little mattresses?
The Wheaties taste like little apartment size mattresses, man. Frosted Wheaties. It's even with the, and I drink my.
You talking about Frosted Mini Wheats?
Wheaties. No, Wheaties is the product 19 wheat. My bad.
Yeah.
I don't like.
My nigga talking about the
Frosted Mini Wheats.
Yeah.
I was like, my
I like apartment mattresses. What the
my
fuck?
apologies.
Like little pillows.
I don't like them, and I tried to eat them with KJ. The boxes look similar.
Yeah,
the orange boxes.
The
orange
sure,
boxes.
sure.
So that's what got me confused. My apologies.
And they got wheat in the name.
Free from the speakers. My apologies, man. But I tried to eat them with KJ because KJ eat them.
Yeah,
and they was just too fucking dry for me. And I'm a cereal person. Like as a kid, we would eat cereal. My mother remember, we were just talking about WIC, talking about food stamps. My mother would be one of them ones, like, she'll go get a rain check if all the shit that was supposed to be there and ain't there. I want a rain check on my George's wings. That's a 5-pound bag of George's wings. I want my motherfucking shit. But we would get cereal and eat it just as a dry snack.
Yeah.
She'll put that shit in the lunch baggie for us. We'll eat that. She'll make her own trail mix. We'll eat that. And if we didn't have no milk, it was like, nigga, you be all right, put some water on, you be fine. One of them, nigga, drink some water. You'll be fine. Man. But that was to us, that was living.
Yeah, for sure.
That was living.
When you had the right cereals in the house, that was definitely something, man. And I'm gonna say this, because my cousins and shit used to come over our house, so like in the summertime, and be there from a kid's perspective. They was there for like the whole summer, but maybe in reality, they was there for like 9 days.
yeah, kid time different.
You know how kid time be. So my moms would go to the store, load up the cereals and shit, right? Hey man, you had to wake up early to make sure you got the cereal you wanted. Because between just my siblings, there's 5 of us, and then you got Wayne there, DJ, Maurice, Sharice. It's 4 extra kids. The Captain Crunch gonna be gone.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the one y'all like?
Which
Captain Crunch?
First Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That was the one. For real. That was always my like top, like yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Nigga, Cinnamon Toast Crunch be gone. You know what I'm saying? Plus mommy, she got the little box. She ain't get the family side. Like, hey mom, we got 4 extra kids staying. We need big boxes this time, please. Like, but so she get the little, but you get a little three bowls out of 3 just regular serving bowls, not like our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Craig. But cereal be gone, man. You ain't get up and you woke up at 10 thinking you about to get some cereal?
On a Saturday?
No.
10 to shift over, nigga.
It's over with.
Done.
It's over. You might well wait till lunch, nigga. Get you a fried bologna sandwich or something.
Hey,
It's over with. That
kids,
shit used to be busting out the bando. Busting out the bando with the fried bologna, man.
nigga.
Yeah, that was the one, man. My sister did that shit the best.
You used to pop the little hole at the top of that motherfucker?
Yeah, that's the shit, because you had to stab it a little bit, otherwise the middle of your bologna not gonna cook. It'll get hot. But you gotta
exhaust it.
Yeah, or before you even cook it, you could just slice it and make a little Pac-Man out your bologna. So it'll stay flat in the skillet. But that's some of the first shit I learned how to cook.
Yeah.
Bologna sandwiches, grilled cheese sandwiches, ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles.
You know, bro, we survived off nigga shit like that and Lil Debbie cakes. Shout out to my nigga Zay, and rest in peace to Zay. I ain't have a bike growing up. Did not have a bike. But he had a bike. So nigga, we got a bike. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he used to get a bike like every Christmas. And then, can I have your old one? And then his grandmama gave it away to somebody. What the fuck, nigga? I'm over here no bikeless. I'm down the street. What I'm saying? Nigga, I gotta run behind you. But somebody invented these things called pegs.
BMX, baby, BMX.
Somebody came through with the pegs. Now I'm on the back of it.
Yeah, so you can put them on the front or the back.
Or be on the handlebar, nigga, eating the dry cereal, you know. But no, man. So definitely shout out to Zay, man. That was my best friend growing up. Shout out to Juice as well, man. Like when I talk about this friendship, if I had $1, Zay had 50 cents. If Zay had $2, Juice got $1. Like we was to get. If I got $0.25, nigga, we going to get a Swiss roll and we splitting that bitch. This was my boy. You know what I'm saying? So spending time at his house. Did I tell the story about when grandmama smacked him in the back when I was stepping on the floor? She was mopping the floor.
No, but here we go.
Yeah, man. So, man, bro. So we over at Zay house, man. We playing the games. Xbox came out. And we was so cold. Like, everybody agreed in the neighborhood this one Christmas to get a different game system. Ain't no sense of us all having the same game. You know what I'm saying? So nigga, tell your grandmama you want the Xbox. You get the GameCube. We get the PlayStation. And my brother had the Dreamcast. So in the neighborhood, we got all the games.
Mm-hmm.
We unfuckwittable. Whatever getting played, Nintendo, whatever, we own it. We know how to play it. We used to all the controllers. Nintendo always had the weirdest controllers. We own it. Got the C buttons over here doing weird shit. We playing a wrestling game. Nigga, I only know how to get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You got to press C. You got to press the C button up here. Weird shit. But we own it. We know what to do.
WrestleMania?
WrestleMania, all that shit. Super Smash Brothers. Fucking on the this was the shit. So one day, me and Zay, man, we at Zay house. I was in the old neighborhood, by the way, man. His house has been demolished. It fucking broke my heart. But we in there for like 3 hours playing the game, kicking it. You know, I guess his grandma didn't have like a mop, or like the mop broke or some shit. So she's on her hands and knees washing the kitchen floor. We came in through the back door, so nigga, my shoes are on the other side of the kitchen. I'm like, bro, my shoes over there. Your grandma in there. You mopping the floor. He like, all right, we're just gonna wait a little minute. Wait till she done. I'll go in there and get him. Man, Zay go to tiptoe his ass across that wet floor. His grandmama came in there, smacked the shit out of my boy on the back. Wow! The fuck your ass doing in here? I just mopped this goddamn floor. 5 shoes over here. I don't give a fuck his shoes over here. I'm sorry, grandma.
I'm sorry.
Fuck, grab shoes, we out the door. Like, I ain't come back over your house for a while.
I don't think I'm welcome back.
Grandma mad at me, man. Rest in peace to my boy Zay, man. I named my bike. I have a bike now as an adult. Bought my own fucking bike. My bike's name is Zay. And that's one of the things, you know, this the memorial episode when I ride my bike, my boy Zay with me. Cause that's what we on the bike. I'm talking whole neighborhood, nigga. We up to the Clare, Superior, nigga, the library, wherever we needed to go. We ride all the way to the lake through MLK Drive. Mm-hmm. And every time we go under them bridges, we just start saying all the cuss words. Shit, motherfucker, bitch, ho! Like we just ho. Shit, motherfucker, goddamn. We'd say that. Damn, bitch. And then just, you know, we was wild, man. But that was my boy. And yeah, man, nostalgic shit, man.
Nostalgic shit, man. That take me back to me talking to KJ recently, just on he got a bike.
Yeah.
And he like riding on this bike around the neighborhood, different places. But we had told him, I'm like, hey man, you know, when we was kids, our bike was like our first means of transportation, bruh. We everywhere on here. I'm like, we wouldn't even clock, we didn't even know miles.
Yeah.
We just everywhere, bruh. And I'm like, man, I told him one day what our Saturday routines used to be. I'm like, man, me and Uncle Bud used to be gym rats. We would go to Kavasik Rec, we'd go to Sterling, or we'd go to like Thurgood Marshall on Huff.
Yep.
And we'd go swim, we'd go lift weights, we boxing, we wrestling, we doing all kind of activities.
Active ass kids.
Active kids, nigga. You grew up, most of us grew up in like the recreation centers in Cleveland. You know, so we go to Corey. My grandma used to go give swimming lessons at Corey.
Yeah, Corey. That's where I learned how to swim.
Yeah, so
we
we
grew
would
up on
go up
Austin.
there.
Corey sits on the corner of Drexel and 105. Austin is right across the street. They go down that way. And by the way, they named Austin after the lady who babysat us when we was kids. She babysitted everybody in the neighborhood.
That's dope.
And
man.
I went over there. You know how they name the streets after certain like celebrities though? Celebrities. Steve Harvey, fucking Leon Beard from the news. Bone Thugs and Harmony just got a street. Man, they named our street after the lady who looked after the neighborhood.
Hey, that's dope as shit. That's
That
some
shit
community
was so
shit.
dope,
That's like
man.
somebody in City Hall or somebody locally. Like
I went up
you should
there.
put Bob Ann up there.
I was gonna take a picture of the street sign. I'm like, oh, they done named Austin after somebody. Who was it? And I see they named it after Miss Hollifield. Man, got a little picture on there. I'm like, that's hard.
Dope, man.
That's hard,
That's
man.
lit.
Shout out to Miss Hollifield, man. She's still over there doing her thing. I don't think there's no kids over there now.
Keys
It might be. I don't know. But shout out to you. Thank you, Miss Hollifield, for everything. I remember you taking care of us and getting popped with them wet rags when we fuck up. Thank you.
It's
we needed
all,
that.
Yeah, hey, man, you find yourself forgiving a lot of practicing forgiveness as you get older, and you get to see like, hey,
I needed that. It took a
they
village.
should have killed me as a kid. All the shit I did.
It took a village.
Should have fucked me up.
Yeah, he
man.
ain't no good. Throw him away. Throw him away.
So I get it though, man. Shout out to those who cover the children and cover the babies, who cover the fools,
For sure.
who cover the adults, who cover the people who in need, who just, hey man, thank you for just people being there, having that person to lean on. And like you said, that this beautiful person was able to make such an impact that her name will continuously live on. People will argue about her name because they didn't miss the fucking street.
Yeah.
You done missed Austin because you was on your fucking phone tweeting and shit.
Yeah.
Do you know who that lady is?
And Hattie Hollifield way.
So,
Yeah. Most people call her Miss Hattie. I always call her Miss Hollifield.
Miss Hattie made penis.
Yeah. Straight up.
So, man, let me ask you this, man, and we can, we'll close out this very beautiful, insightful, important episode, really geared to like us as men. Memorial episode, being able to grieve, being able to process, just true live feelings, man. Do you feel comfortable being able to express yourself freely?
No. And I think that's a problem with us men. We got to get better at that. We really got to get better at being honest, being vulnerable, being open, expressive, being free to cry publicly. You and I, man, we always talk about Killer Mike's last album, Michael, and then on the song he had called Shed Tears, which really is like a gospel song. You know what I'm saying? But he said, I shed tears every morning in the bathroom mirror, face to face with fate, had to face my fear. Just being honest. That's why he won that Grammy. That's a very honest album. But men, especially black men, man, we got to do so much better with being open with that emotion and expressing freely. Being able to say, hey, man, that hurt my feeling. I ain't like the way you said that to me. I ain't like when you did that. You know what I mean? But instead, we want to fight, right? Man, what, nigga? We go straight there. That's nothing, but that's just mismanaged emotion.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's mismanaged emotion. And it get dangerous when we mismanage our emotions. Somebody get hurt. Somebody get killed when we mismanage our shit. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you know, my answer is still no. I don't feel completely comfortable. But I recognize that as a problem. And I'm working on it. And I want to get better. You know what I'm saying? Be it with my woman, you know what I'm saying, with you, with my partners, you know what I'm saying? And let's be able to sit and talk and be open. You know what I'm saying? And shed them tears. Let that shit out. Let it out. It's okay. It's a safe space. You know what I'm saying? So that's yeah. How do you feel about being open, speaking freely?
I find me at a place now exercising that, because being known in some circles of being a person who is the one that will say what most people don't want to say, I muted that and it made me sick. I found me withholding or harboring, and it didn't come out in healthy ways, or what do they call it, passive aggressive. I'll just let shit keep going and going and going, and then it'd be one little thing, and then I'll blow up for 8 months worth of shit I've been harboring.
Yeah.
And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. And it's like, you deserve probably all this shit I'm saying, but I should have gave it to you when you got it, compared to me holding on to it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So I find me I find me walking the path of speaking more freely. But I'm also recognizing the power of what I'm saying, because I don't want to have a man conversation with my teenage son that he can't process. Yeah. And I scar him by being so verbally brutal of like, you a man, but it's like, is he though? Is he? Like, he's on his way, but I just really became a man.
Yeah.
So me talking to my wife of, this is what I need, and not turning her off from it. Not being, but so be already recognizing myself like, hey, nigga, you a little aggressive. I'm like, I am? Dang, what? Yeah. What can I do for you? I thought I was practicing being nice. Yeah. I thought this was nice. But it's like, nah, you
got a long way to go. You better.
Yeah, I'm practicing. But making sure that I get the point across, but I don't leave a stench with the message. You know what I'm saying? So being able to feel comfortable with her and have her be my safe space. Yeah. At a time we didn't have that. And that's what I desperately needed of, hey, I'm getting fucked up by the world.
Yeah.
I don't think you really see that, because I smile. I crack jokes. I'm laughing. But I'm really fucking the Joker in my mind. I'm really sick as fuck. I'm really sick. I'm sick.
Yeah.
But I laugh it off, because what antidote is there?
Mm-hmm.
What antidote is there?
Yeah.
Money don't fix certain shit. I got the money. Don't fix it. It brings more enemies and makes more shit dark, because you don't even know who really there for you. You don't know.
Yeah.
But learning, hey, I can't say something ill to this person that does depend on me, because in some cases you learn, like, nigga, I'm almost sometimes all people got on an employer side.
Yeah.
Or on a friend side of, we're adults now. How do I tell my friend, like, you being a shitty dad? Yeah. You being a shitty mom. I don't want to feed into your delusion, but you gotta like, so already being faced with these challenges of day to day, man, I find me just trying to exercise and say what's right and not just what's like politically right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like saying, as I say to my son, like, just giving an example. Go through that boy phase, sometimes not washing his ass, and he faking washing his ass. So he in there running water, and like he sound like he following the step. So I'm like, okay, my nigga, look.
You put the water on the rag, squeeze it.
If you gonna fake to do it, you might as well just not do it, because you still costing us.
Right.
Still costing us. All right. All of these steps, you might as well either did it or just not did it at all. Hanging in the balance, you make yourself an enemy. You gotta pick a side, man. wash your ass or don't wash your ass. It's costing us the fucking same.
Yeah.
It's costing us the same, but it's on you to make this decision. So I don't want to be you dirty, funky, musty butt boy ass motherfucker. I don't want to hit him with that. I want to make him like, hey man, you too handsome to be stinking like that. I want to positively reinforce him, but he got a black dad that didn't have that. So I'm trying to take the abuse out, the verbal abuse out, and put like the love in there, the gentle parenting. Yeah. But remember, we know the world not gentle.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what they're gonna do outside. Oh, nigga, somebody bust. And when they find out, hey, it's this nigga right here.
Ain't no safe place for you now.
Not at all. Not in a junior high school cafeteria.
And the nigga,
hell no.
You in the middle of a test, he'd be quiet, niggas scribbling.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when KJ was stinging, man? Remember Ken was stinging in my class? So nostalgic moment. Freedom speakers. I remember one of my teachers in middle school, 8th grade. I ended up calling my mother, and I was probably having a rough day. I probably just disruptive as fuck in class. I'm pretty sure I was. I'm a disruptive grown-up. I'm pretty sure I was a disruptive child. But the teacher ended up calling my mother, and my mother would always like do her surprise pop-ups on your shit. So I seen my mama at the door when I'm in my last class, and I'm like, oh shit, that's my mama. Damn. And if you know my mama, also known as Big Kim don't play. My mother is probably one of the toughest, smartest, brilliant, beautiful women I've ever come across in my life. But sometimes my nigga can use that shit for evil. All right, it ain't all her singing in the fucking church and trying to get into heaven, get the first 100 seats in heaven. It ain't that, Kim. It's the brutal, you gonna get down and lay down Benny Siegel Warden type Kim. So she pull up. And I know my mama. I try to beat her to the door before she come in there because she about to embarrass the fuck out of me. And she always had a real big thing about embarrassment. So when I try to get to the door, she just coming right on in like, and slap the shit out of me in front of all of my friends. And I knew it was coming. I had to stand there and take it. But as soon as she slapped me, get your motherfucking ass in this goddamn hallway. I'm like, oh, shit. One of my childhood friends, Marcus Godomsky, a.k.a. they call him Two, he was like, damn, man, Miss Kim slapped that Eminem off that nigga face. And if you knew me before I had a beard, I got a birthmark on my cheek that looked like a little Eminem. They used to be like, get that little chip of shit on your face. Remember, kids did make me cruel as fuck. Kids cruel as fuck. Man, they talk about anything about your motherfucking ass. But my homies just knowing like, hey, man, this is how it is, man. He cool. But he like, Miss Kim, tough as fuck. I gave KJ that story like, hey, some of my niggas to this day never forget that shit. Yeah. That's they remember me. Hey, nigga, you remember your mama whooped your ass at the school that one day. I remember you. You like, I've done great things in the world. Why you fucking remember me for that shit still, nigga, man? Don't bring that whole ass shit up, man.
Hating.
What is...
I ain't never seen your mama at the school, nigga.
Did you graduate school, nigga? Like,
that's a worse concern, nigga. Where your mama was at?
Nigga, fuck you. I was a chronic C student when I showed up. But Freedom Speakers, this episode was brought to you by Chief Ali, one half of Permission to Speak Freely. We really wanted to be able to speak as honest as we can and develop this space to be safe for people, for the listeners, for men most definitely. For those that find grace in what we say in our teachings, that find peace in our laughter and our stories that relate and connect to us, like this is really what we ultimately want to do. We can talk about any and everything up under the sun, but we really like to talk about the real things that we handle, our day-to-day things, man, the things that relate to people that have children, or you be mad at your job, or your spouse ain't right, or hey man, you looking for some guidance as a man of how to sharpen your shit up, or we're just being able to relate to certain scenarios, man. We want to touch the people, and we want to make sure that we bring in our raw, authentic selves to y'all here at Permission to Speak Freely. I'm your host, Chief Ali.
And lay low the most. Thanks for listening.
Permission to Speak
Freely.
Keep me from